Hello, welcome to my second attempt on YouTube for a hardcore run. The last playlist I tried leveling a human paladin, but I died at level 9. Yeah, in Elder Forest I attacked Princess, but yeah, she's 1 or 2 levels higher than me, I think level 11, and she was accompanied by 2 lower level boars. And I just got overwhelmed. I used my health pot, I used the rocket, I used my divine protection to shield me from harm for 6 seconds, but I was just chased. I should have used my, how do you call it? Linen bandage, but I just forgot. I was pretty much just ranting about Shadowlands, I think, or something. So yeah, I died. But it is time for a new run. Like I mentioned last playlist, I do still have my level 30 priest, which I'm still leveling on my own. I'm really careful with this one, so I don't die. But I have a bank as well with some gold. I won't use this bank to send gold to any new characters because I want to have them earn their money on their own. So I mentioned last episode of the last playlist I was going to try a gnome. I think, let's see, dwarf or gnome? I don't want to do a night elf yet. Dwarf. I did want to try a warlock. If so, I need to choose a gnome because I don't want a human again for now. Warrior, rogue, mage or warlock. Mages are fun. I mean, they can, of course, teleport anywhere they want. Blink, Pulse Nova, Polymorph, create water, create food. It's also a bit convenient. And if I want to level the safest manner with a Frost Mage, just spamming Frostbolt, I think Frostball or Frostbolt? Not sure. I can of course choose another spec. Let me choose Warlock. Because Warlocks are... like, they have a pet, but they are also... can exchange their health for mana, which can be dangerous, so let's try that. Sure. For the name, Byron. I had Byron Light already. I guess a Warlock uses... let's see... the Legion, pretty much. So... Byron... well... I mean, my Paladin was Byron Light, because he worships the light, and this guy worships the Vel, pretty much. So Byron Vel. Accept. Yes, I agree. Level 1 Warlock, Byron Vel. Let's see if he can get to 60.
The eccentric, often brilliant gnomes are held as one of the most peculiar races of the world. With their obsession for developing radical new technologies and constructing marvels of mind-bending engineering, it's a wonder that any gnomes have survived to proliferate. Over the years, the gnomes have contributed ingenious weapons to aid the Grand Alliance in its fierce battles against the Horde. Thriving within the wondrous techno-city of Gnomregon, the gnomes shared the resources of the forested Dunmora peaks with their dwarven cousins. Yet recently, a barbaric menace rose up from the bowels of the earth and invaded Gnomregon. Aided by their dwarven allies, the gnomes fought a valiant battle to save their beloved city. Nevertheless, Gnomregon was irrevocably lost. The surviving gnomes fled to the safety of the dwarven stronghold of Ironforge. There they remain, devising strategies to retake their city. As a gnome of proud standing, it falls to you to answer the challenge and lead your curious people to a brighter future.
I will for sure do that. Okay, let's see. Action bars all turn on. Turns on. Auto loot, yes. Okay. Attempt 2 on YouTube.
I have the finest wires in the land.
Let's go.
Ah, well, aren't you a sturdy-looking one? Perhaps you can assist me with a thing or two. Not much help around here except for green apprentices, and they've other things to worry about. What do we have here? You look as though you might need something to keep your hands warm, HM. I'll tell you what would help. A pair of nice warm gloves. And being the kind soul that I am, I'd be more than happy to provide you with a suitable pair. I've one condition, however. I need you to go get me some wolf meat. Nice arrangement, HM. You bring me some wolf meat, and I'll make sure you don't lose any digits to frostbite. Well, what do you say?
I say I'm already working on it. So, for those who don't know, that's the add-on voiceover. It reads the quests out loud, so I don't need to do that. Not sure what this is. I think... Not sure. So, killing 8 ragged young wolves. I'm out of mana already. Let's see. Let me just drink some water. So I have Demon Skin. Increases armor by 40 and restores 3 health per 5 seconds. That's nice. It's really nice actually. And Shadow Bolt, 25 mana, 1.7 seconds cast time, 30 yard range. I don't like that it's in yards, should be in meters, but still, let's see, around here, so okay. Good distance. Sends a shadowy bolt at the enemy, causing 12 to 16 shadow damage. I guess in the lore, it's not really shadow, is it? It's like more void. Not sure why. Yeah, I'm not sure why a Warlock is starting with Shadow Bolt. I guess in the classic version they didn't have all the cosmic forces set up yet. Not really. Like they had a light and fell in, but not definitely actually define the cosmic forces in a very strict manner yet. Cloak, nice. But yeah, this should be something different. In like if they started again, maybe something like Bolt, I don't know. Something related to the Fel, like the Disorder Force. Sticking more to the same theme instead of mixing Shadow or Void with Demons, which are Fel. Like those are not the same cosmic force. Don't? Yeah. One more? I need to save up. For professions... Yeah, let me put this here. I need a wand. Engineering skill, intelligence, arcane resistance. Do I want to do engineering again? I mean, my night elf is engineering. The thing with engineering is it's so individual. Like you can't. With lots of engineering items, you need engineering to actually equip and use. It's a shame because I cannot buy something like a target dummy.
What's on your mind? Ah, wonderful. The wolf meat should do nicely. Oh, don't worry, adventurer. I wouldn't forget my part of the bargain. Here, one of these should fit you. While you were helping me out, this memorandum was given to me to pass on to you. Take some time to read it when you have a chance. I'm thinking it came from the Warlock trainer Alamar. Take a gander at it and go find him inside Anvilmar when you have a chance. And watch yourself, adventurer. Your kind ain't too trusted round these parts. I don't suppose you'd be willing to do a favor for me, lad. A stack of letters came through the pass today, but I don't have the time to send them along. They're all addressed to Talon Kenai. You can find him to the west down the road. He's set up camp next to the frozen lake. What do you say? Do you? I hope you're here to lend us a hand, adventurer. After the last Trog attack, we could use all the help we can get. I hear the buggers have been popping up all across the lands, and it seems Coldridge Valley is no exception. They've been spotted all over the hills to the southeast and near the frozen lake. And that's not all. Just a few nights ago, they attacked and overran our camp to the west. We're a bit short-handed here, lad, and we need strong arms to help drive the Trogs back.
Okay, I will help with that. Let's see.
Arcane only corrupts those who are weak. Keep up on your training, or you may find a similar fate. You must be the new Warlock everyone's been whispering about. Must be someone's taken a liking to you if they've asked me to take time away from my research to start your training. Don't worry, I won't hold it against you. The simplest of the summoning spells you will learn is that of the imp. Before I impart this to you, however, you must prove that you have the necessary magical and physical ability. Bring me 3 feather charms from the Frostmane novices from the cave to the southwest. But none of that matters. What matters is that you've seen your own holy light. You know where power truly comes from. You realize that having our own allies is much more prudent. Special allies. Allies that, no matter the task, will obey till their last breath. And that's where I come in, adventurer. I can train you in the beginnings of those special powers. Seek me out often, and I will do what I can to teach you more spells.
Okay. Like, I can understand that in Classic, the Arcane corrupts people. I don't think it does that really anymore, like it's a retcon. It doesn't really corrupt people. And Warlocks are supposed to be like mages that want more power, and so they turn to the Fel, to the Burning Legion. In my opinion, the Warlocks shouldn't have been a class at the start. It should have been a hero class. Kinda. Because, I mean, they should have been mages. They should have more spells than this. I guess you can say the Shadow Bolt is like the... No, because a mage does not know Shadow Bolt. Let's learn Immolate. Like this as well, like how does this Immolate really work in the lore?
Have a great day now.
Like both these spells. Shadow damage, fire damage, like a mage, okay. I guess, okay, this is fine. Yeah, this is fine because wizards have fire blast. So this is pretty much the same thing, but just a bit differently. So fire damage is okay, but the Shadow Bolt, I don't like that. Because mages don't know Shadow. I guess you can say the Warlock turns to the Void for more power. Or I guess it's just the Arcane. The Arcane is mimicking the Void. Because the Arcane can mimic the elemental forces. I guess you can say that's it, really. I guess that's fine. Yeah, you can say the Shadow is just an imitation, not an actual application or use of the force, the Void Cosmic Force. It's the same with Rogues. Because Rogues are also supposed to use Shadow Magic. Kinda. And... No. But how do Rogues do it then? Because they are not mages. They don't use the Arcane. Not sure. I will look that up. But yeah, like I mentioned before, about the hero class thing. I know Warlocks are not really... I mean, they are supposed to be experienced people that pursue even more power. It will be a bit samey, like you have the Demon Hunter, and that's just a different version of Warlock. Because, I mean, with one Warlock spec you can already turn into a demon. Only that's temporary, wherein a demon hunter
Not enough mana.
infuses a demon in themselves for like permanently. So it's a bit different, but it's too similar. Yeah, I think it should be a hero class that you get various mage-like abilities. Maybe like different, like this immolate, but more mage-like. But all your other spells focus exclusively on the Fel. Like Fel Bolt, summoning demons, turning into a demon. Lots of options. And actually, if you make it a bit more epic, the Warlock class, it can fit as a hero class, right? You're turning into a demon, and you just like right now it's just you turn into a demon for like a bit, and then it's not really your entire focus of things. If one spec is about turning into a demon from the start, so not the end talent, but like a starting talent, like your first talent, maybe even by default. That's a lot more epic, I feel, than just what it is now.
My mana is low.
Like, why is the Evoker a hero class? When... Because they are experienced people. Because they are supposed to be like in the Scale Commander army or something. Like they are supposed to be genetic experiments that are skilled and experienced and whatever. Warlocks are also experienced. Right? Like, can you have Warlocks that have like minor, like very little experience in the arcane and then switch to the Fel right away? Not sure. I'm mistaking it out loud here because I'm not sure. I guess maybe. Oh, nice. Like, I guess you can have a wizard, a mage, that's just a total failure and doesn't know how to do anything with the arcane. Like, it's just a failure, but then it doesn't really fit how someone who can't even progress as a mage can progress as a warlock. No, because warlocks are supposed to be easier. Like, it's the reason they're going to the Fel is because they can make it as mages.
I need more mana.
Okay, it might make sense, actually. I might be speaking bullshit. It's okay, so this guy, this little gnome, is a total failure. He's an idiot in the arcane. He can't do anything, learn anything. But turning to the Fel, Burning Legion, it's a lot easier to progress. Like a lot easier. You don't need to learn spells in such a, you know, long-winded manner. You just contact the Burning Legion or the Twisting Nether, I think more. Yeah, you go to the Twisting Nether and you summon a demon and bind it to your will. And maybe in the same manner you also bind various forces to your will. And maybe this immolate is fire from another dimension, but like I was about to say the fire plane. That's more like shaman thing, right? Better charm? No, I need to first turn these in. Yeah, so I'm not sure where this fire comes from. But I guess just the arcane. Yeah, this is just from the arcane then. They're both arcane, yeah. Okay. I mean, you can go both directions, because there are supposed to be experienced mages that switched to the Fel to burn into summoning demons.
We have some troubles ahead of us. I can only hope that the King and Senate are taking steps to deal with the threat the Trogs pose.
Yeah,
What can I
there are
get?
supposed to be
Keep your feet on the ground.
mages that turn to Warlock
See you soon.
while they are very experienced and powerful. So you can go both directions of having them be a hero class and also having them be a base class. So I guess a base class is fine. It's fine. I still think that the spec of turning into a demon should have been there from the start and be a lot more involved. Not just the ending talent. Why have it not be a starting talent and have you build your demon, for example? Like that's kind of the demon hunter. Not really. I mean, not like I want it to be. You don't really build up your demon form all that much. It's more like you build up your base form and occasionally transform it into a demon.
Zanir and I were sent to different parts of Dun Morok to investigate the threat posed by the Trolls. The Senate has its hands full with the Trogs, so they've no need for further annoyances. From what I've seen, the Trolls aren't well situated here in Coldridge Valley, mostly the southern cave. I'd say that the army will not be necessary. A few strong arms should be more than enough. Perhaps you'd like to assist in this endeavor? I have the authority to offer compensation for your help. Thank you. I've been waiting for these letters for quite some time. Unfortunately, these letters aren't all for me. This one is addressed to Grelin Whitebeard. He's not too far away if you'd like to deliver it to him. If I remember correctly, Grelin's camp is down the road to the southeast. No doubt he'll be eager. Nothing like a day of boar hunting, eh? Though here in Coldridge Valley, there are so many boars it almost takes the fun out of it. No need to get them charging. They're all angry and ready without any help. In fact, recently there have been so many boars in the area, it's become dangerous for me to do my daily hunting. Long story short, if you could help me kill some of the boars, I would appreciate it.
Of course, I will help you. Not sure when I summon my imp. I hope in like 1 or 2 more levels. Actually, now that I think about it, Warlocks don't just summon from the Burning Legion. They don't just summon demons. Because they also summon Void Walkers. Those are void beings. Right? So it's not just Fel that they bind to the will. Not just the twisting nether. Also other dimensions. It did say in the quest text just now, find power in other worlds with an S. So I guess they don't just use the twisting nether. Wait for my mana. Okay, so I still don't like. Okay, I still think this is supposed to represent an arcane way of summoning a shadow bolt, like shadow damage, like mimicking it, because I'm not sure how you. Like, how do you get shadow powers? Like void powers? Because you have priest, shadow priest. I can understand that because you have the void. They turn mad. At least in future versions of the game. They turn mad when they try to wield the void. This guy, I guess maybe in lore, is also supposed to be risking like corruption. It did say in the trainer text, using the arcane can corrupt you, but that's is being retconned in the future, so you can't really count on that anymore. Yeah, it's so complex because you have to keep in mind current version, future versions, their intent, lore, gameplay. A lot to keep in mind. Hello. But I like thinking about the lore. Nice. If I didn't respond to that, these guys also aren't going to respond, for sure. Actually, the Shadow Bolt, it's partly green in color. Because the Void is supposed to be purple or black or whatever, but it's not supposed to be like it's black and then green. Maybe it's supposed to represent arcane being used and then infused with a small amount of spell energy. Maybe it's like that. Or I'm just not thinking. I'm thinking like, is it really arcane? But the trainer text, like I said, did mention the arcane corrupts. Yeah, I do think that the lore wasn't set in stone yet. So if I take in the retail, it should be Void as a base for the bolt. And then the bolt is infused with the Fel energy. So Void plus Disorder equals Shadow Bolt. Is it Disorder, Fel? Let me check. Cosmic Powers WoW chart. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. You have Order, Arcane, associated with the Titans, yes. And then on the other side, you have the Burning Legion, associated with Fel, and that's Disorder. Yeah.
Hunting now. Thank you, adventurer.
So Arcane and Fel. So this guys like him, used to be Arcane, even if this guy was like a total noob in the Arcane. And he switched to the Fel for easier power. And the Fel is green. Shadow is entirely different because like you have the light and shadow. It says here shadow in and a void after it in closing marks. So it's supposed to be void now. It used to be shadow, but it's supposed to be void. So it's a void bolt infused with Fel. So a shadow disorder bolt. It does also say that fire is also like near disorder and Fel. So that's why this guy can use fire here. So fire is a bit linked with Fel. It's the Burning Legion, so.
How are you? Safe.
Ah, excellent. It's been a while since I received word from Ironforge. Gah! I was supposed to get this delicious scalding morn brew to Durnan Furcutter inside Anvilmar a while ago now, but I had to deliver one to Grelin here first. I'll never make it to Anvilmar before the brew runs cold. You look fast. Maybe you can make it. This cup will only stay hot for 5 more minutes, and Durnan didn't order chili morn brew, so get going. Anvilmar is to the northeast, a settlement dug into the mountain. Thanks, adventurer, and don't forget to bring me back my mug.
Sure, I'll bring you back your mug. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. It's fine. Okay, so if disorder is linked with fire, that's explainable. So it's not this fire is not summoned through the arcane. No, it's summoned through Fel. It's linked to Fel. So it's easy to grasp for a Warlock.
We drove the trucks out of Gnome Regan, but then it all went so horribly wrong. Now our home is completely irradiated, and we gnomes have been scattered all over Dunmorrow. In my haste to get away from the radiation, I lost all my personal belongings and tools. It was the trolls that got them. They stole my chest, my box, and my bucket of bolts. They took them back to their camp southwest of Anvil. I'm no adventurer. Could you find my things and bring them here to me, please?
Ah, good. Now this will hit the spot. Allow me to take a small break while I enjoy this scalding morn brew. Now that hit the spot. Nothing like a piping hot, nay, scalding morn brew on a cold winter's day to warm your cackles of your soul. Here you go, adventurer. Be a pal and take this empty mug back to Nori for me, would you now?
Sure. Okay, so corruption. Yeah, against Shadow. The curse. Curse is fine. I mean, the Burnt Legion uses curses, so I don't mind that. It's linked to disorder. It's fine. The Shadow. Ah. No, it shouldn't be Shadow. Like, I can see this chart in front of me, my other monitor. You have life, then you have next to, on the right you have disorder, then you have death, then shadow, then order, and then life, and then light again. So shadow is nowhere near disorder. Like disorder is next to light and death. Opposite of order, and shadow is next to order.
Got my attention.
Excellent, adventurer! You'd be surprised how many couriers I meet who forget to do something as simple as bring back the mug. Mugs don't grow on trees, or so they tell me. Here's a little something for the effort. Thanks again for your help.
Yeah, so shadow avoids. I mean, the void is linked to void lords and the old gods, so I will just refer to it as a void. It's nowhere near disorder. So, but it's also not opposite, directly opposite. So you can learn what void means as a warlock. So it's possible, I guess. It's just a bit of a mixing of forces for such a low level. Like, if you want to mix forces, sure, do it. But keep it for higher level abilities, so that it can represent that you are growing in power and learning to contact or use other forces, which you shouldn't be able to at like such a low level that you're starting with your force, cosmic force. So like disorder is linked to fire and air. You can have fire and air related abilities right away. I don't mind that because it's linked directly to it. But if you want to go further to decay, earth, spirit, water, anything else, it should be difficult because it's not nearby. So if I were to redesign this from a, like in this version, instead of Shadow Bolt, just a standard Fell Bolt, you know? Nothing complex, no mixing of forces yet, just standard, here, just standard Fell Bolt. It does disorder damage, or fell damage. You can, I mean, yeah, just disorder damage, I guess, yeah. You can have Immolate, that's fine, because fire is linked to it. Or a dot. I mean, I'm not sure how to link air to the Warlock class identity. Maybe you can go in like, not sure. Because, I mean, air is not really dark, you know? Fire can hurt. in a very direct way, so it's understandable. Like you have the Burning Legion. The Burning Legion doesn't use air much, even though it's like linked to them. I mean, disorder. Thel is disorder. Can't you just use a disorder-based curse to corrupt the target? I mean, Void is a corrupting force in the modern cosmology. Sure. That's true. Hey, come on. But it doesn't mean that other forces cannot corrupt. I mean, life. Life can corrupt. Here, go kill him. Life can corrupt. What more? Void can corrupt. Death corrupt, pretty sure. Kinda. I mean, it can twist your will, at least. So there's various options here.
I can't use that yet.
So why can't disorder corrupt? It should be able to, because it can twist you maybe into a demon or whatever. So it should be able to corrupt. I mean, you don't have to use the word corrupt. Like disorder already seems like a curse just from the name. Like you can disorder someone. Like maybe disorder their flesh, and it causes damage. Yeah. So you don't need to use the void for in this case. I need to keep this up. Okay, so you have a maybe just disorder. Like that's the name of the spell. It disorders you. I don't know. Then it fits the class identity more, I feel. Yeah, it was mentioned that Warlocks can reach out to multiple dimensions, worlds, whatever. But if Burning Legion has access to countless worlds, so they can summon demons from the Twisting Nether, and those originate from multiple places. So they can still function. Just that the using of other forces needs to wait until later in the class progression. I'm still not sure how to deal with the... Where is the call? Here. How to deal with the... what's it called? I don't even recall. Let's think a bit. Let's see. Yeah, air. Not sure how to deal with air, because it's linked to the burn to disorder. I mean, I'm sure you can figure out some spells that deal with like dark air, you know. I'm certain it's possible. I mean, this is just a standard firepower. You burn someone. So I'm sure there's a way to include air that makes sense for Warlocks. For example, the light is linked to fire and spirit. Which makes sense. I mean, paladins can consecrate the ground in like holy fire or whatever. And you have to spell inner fire, I think, which... Oh no, that's priests. That's the same, they also use the light. So, I mean, that's fine. And spirit... Not sure. Because spirit is supposed to be elementals, I think. Not sure how that works out. Like what the spirit's supposed to do for the light. Like I guess light elementals do exist, so you have one avenue there.
came in the night and stole my journal. You better than to trust that good-for-nothing APR. My journal! They took it away to the cave. The one that had it? It was a big brute with some odd markings on his skin and face. I didn't get a much better look than that. You've had some luck with the trolls. Maybe you could go get it back for me.
Yeah, I wish they had the cosmic forces figured out like at the beginning of the classic, so that everything is more in line. If you talk about the cosmic forces, you also have to talk about the Lich King, I feel. Because the Lich King, Ner'zhul, was created by the Burning Legion to serve as a weapon. I mean, I guess it's possible. Like I mentioned, Warlocks, I feel Warlocks can make use of another force when they are high level. They can mix one other force, I feel. Not all forces, but because then you get into a weird mess, but you can infuse your Firebolt with Void to make a whatever bolt, combination bolt, like this, but better. That's more epic because it combines two different forces together. You can do that. Where was I? Yeah, so Warlocks can combine forces at high levels. And the Burning Legion should also be able to do that, even if they're like the epitome of the Disorder force. It should be possible, so I don't mind too much that I made the Scourge. Scourge. You say it like that? Scourge? Scourge, I think. I'm not... my English is not my native language, so... It can be a bit difficult sometimes. 3... Wow. No, thank you. I don't want to die at level 5. Is he going to die? No. I also don't feel that there should be a power difference between the cosmic forces. Like, sure, you can have the Void Lords be the most powerful beings in the universe, more powerful than the Naru, the whatever, the Titans. The Titans are pretty much the embodiment of the arcane. Like you can have one cosmic forces beings be more powerful than the others. Sure. Nice. I don't mind that. Well, pick it up and leave. I don't mind that, because it's just like, okay, the Void Lords are just maybe older, maybe more experienced, but it shouldn't be because the Void by default is the most powerful. Like, if a Naru managed to progress in their mastery of the light a lot, or they were sufficiently old, whatever, they should be able to defeat the Void Lords. Like, I hope you get what I mean. But there shouldn't be like an innate difference in power. I'm not sure how I feel about actually the Naru. Because they're supposed to be, like in this chart, they represent the light. And in their light cycle, yes. But they also have a shadow or a void cycle in which they turn to the other side. I guess it's possible because it's just flipping between the opposite. So okay, you can do that. So there should also be possible for there to be a being that is like a life god and then turn into a dead god and then back or whatever. So okay, it can be possible. Where is this journal? I need to go like that. Go them one at a time. Wow. Warlocks can fly. I don't want Azeroth to be like a world soul that is unique, like the prime world soul. She can be unique, fine, but not like the... Not so unique that she's like the most powerful innately. Like something should have happened to her that caused her to be like this, not just be born like it. It's a bit boring, in my opinion. Why is this here? Let me drink up. You both need this one. I will Inferno this. Corruption this. You kill it? Okay. I will attack this one. No? This. Ooh, party. Ah, come on. Almost. Be quick. No upgrades? No. What does this journal say? Apprentice and I have arrived in Coldridge Valley today. The trip to the cave was mostly uneventful. We made camp a good distance away from the cave. We're told the trolls have gathered in. Bloody wolf howling almost kept me up all night. I will have new wolfhide clothing in a few days. The lad got tangled up with that rock today, put up a fight and managed to get the better of the ugly brute. But he's now nursing a nasty cut on his arm. Looks like I will have to do the chores for a while. Day 3, cold, snowed a bit out of noon. Day 4, lad was back in good spirits today. So we took our first look at the trolls. Bosman, I'd say, judging by the markings on the skin and the various trinkets. They look frosty. They wore the bodies. Let the lad watch over the camp. I snuck over to the cave and took a look around. The trolls' numbers are somewhat troublesome. The mountaineers might have to be summoned in force if the cave is to be cleared of the troll infestation. So these intelligent beings are an infestation. I realize I have not mentioned the trolls of late. They appear in the area in greater numbers, but they are so primitive they do not pose much of a threat. I may say if this is true or not. And now not a drop of elf for almost a week. Cold again, snows, trolls, no elf, snow, sky blue, walls, howl, not a drop of blue. Snow trolls are perhaps not as large as problem as we initially thought. They have some numbers but are not well armed or organized. A small show of force should be more than adequate in dealing with the threat they pose.
What's
Okay.
on your mind?
Wonderful adventurer! Many thanks for retrieving my notebook. Well, it would seem that the troll situation here in Coldridge Valley is under control and not much cause for worry. After I put the finishing touches on my report, I'll need someone to courier it to my brother Sinir. I was planning on sending my apprentice to my brother Sinir with my report, but I would feel much better were it placed in more reliable hands. That is, of course, if you wouldn't mind. You'll have to take the tunnel to get to Karanos. Speak with Mountaineer Thalos before going through the tunnel. It's completely infested with trogs now. Follow the road back to Anvil Mar, then keep heading east to the tunnel. Thalos is stationed nearby.
Yeah, sure.
That spell isn't ready yet.
I talked a lot about Shadowlands in the last episode of the last playlist.
How are you?
The human paladin.
Huzzah! You found them! You're an
Whatever. I mentioned Ardenweald. Actually, I don't like one thing about Ardenweald. The wild gods. That they spawn, or respawn as a seed
Off and away.
in the Ardenweald. They get nurtured with anima and then reborn. Why not have them be reborn in the Emerald Dream? Really? Like, why not make the Emerald Dream a, like, plane of nature, life, whatever. Nature, I think. And have them be reborn there. Like, the Emerald Dream is supposed to be like a construct of one of the Titans. But have that Titan be like corrupted by life. And she only like maybe isolated a small area of like a life dimension. And called that the Emerald Dream. And then have that be expanded in the future. Not just a dimension or realm in the afterlife. Be the place where wild gods go to. Like, okay, they die. So yes, they go to the afterlife and get reborn there. But I don't like that.
Pleased to meet you.
Like,
Very good.
I can
Very
summon
good.
imps.
You've done well, adventurer. Perhaps the interest that is being shown in you is deserved after all. That'll be for the others to decide, assuming your imp doesn't overpower you and nip your career in the bud. For now, I'm satisfied that you'll probably survive your first few months as an adventurer. A word about the imp, adventurer. As a person knows, don't let its size fool you. Its magic can be very dangerous.
Be seeing you.
But let's get Blood Pact. This gives me 2 stamina and him as well, so more HP. To exchange into mana and to survive with. What's his name? Lasnip? Can't rename it, right? No. Okay. Yeah. Was saying. Yeah, have the Emerald Dream be like a dimension of life and not just a place that is just a construct of the Titans that they can use to reset Azeroth. Like, okay, have to be the function of the small part they isolated, the part representing Azeroth. But have it be bigger. Make it bigger. Like, druids go to the Emerald Dream to protect it. Okay, just the druids of Azeroth, but whatever, I mean... Make it more important. I need to sell this.
How are ya?
See you soon.
Don't just invent an entire new realm or afterlife. Don't go to the afterlife at all, to be honest. Just don't even go there. Like, when you die in game, you see the swirly thing. That's all you need to see. You don't go there. But just you can never do it perfectly. And people will be upset.
Well, if Whitebeard is sending you to Dunmarok,
Sure, there's trolls in the tunnel and I need to kill them.
can I?
I understand.
The
Greetings.
Hey!
Live
You
for a
look like
crate of
hardy
in-supplies to Tunnock.
adventurer. If you're planning on
Nothing important there, so sure. Oh, Saul might have killed him already. Yeah, so... My thinking on this. Expand what you have. Don't invent new things if that's not needed. No, you cannot do it. You have Emerald Dream, expand it. But don't expand where you know you will not be able to deliver. Like the afterlife. There's no reason to create the afterlife. I mean, yeah, you can write storylines around it, but you know. Like make something like the Emerald Dream, but related to death. Like, it's not the place where souls go to when they die. Like maybe like a semi-purgatory. Sure, you can do a purgatory where souls, some souls, not all souls, go to when they die. And like, and not right away. Like souls can stick around on Azeroth like they do in all over the place. Like you have souls, night elf souls, highborn souls that have been here for 10,000 years as ghosts. So don't just have them be sent to the afterlife or purgatory right away. Like there needs to be maybe special circumstances, or maybe most souls go to the purgatory and some stick around for whatever reason. You can handle it in various ways. If you make such a plane of death, a purgatory, fine, because we don't know what the actual afterlife is like. We should never know that. That's not something for us to know. I feel not even the Titans should know. Not the Void Lords, not the Burning Legion. Nobody should know in the universe what the afterlife is actually like. Because it just ruins the surprise of death. Because why can't people go to the afterlife, to Shadowlands, and just get information from people there? Whatever information you want. Okay, it's supposed to be rare, you can't easily go to it, but still. It shouldn't be something that's easy to do. Yes, but if the option is there, then they should use it. Not sure if a plane of life is a good idea. Plane of life, plane of light. Like you have the Emerald Dream, you have a Purgatory thing with a cool name, don't know what. You have the Twisting Nether for the Burning Legion of Fel. You have I think just the souls of planets, the Titans. Like the planets themselves are nourishing places for arcane entities. Fine, you don't need a special plane for that, or place. For light, I'm not sure. Void can just be space maybe, like literally outer space. But according to lore, the light and void clashed and they created the universe. So maybe all of these suns, yeah, all of these suns are somehow linked. Maybe there's like a plane and the suns are special spots in the plane, like the suns have a special representation in that plane, where it's possible for light entities to be nurtured, something like that. And the universe should be infinite, so all of these planes are also infinite in size. There's nothing like you can dominate all of it.
I told him to be sparing with the use of the key.
I also didn't really like that the Fel Burning Legion is supposed to have destroyed all worlds of life. Like, okay, they can destroy a large portion of it, but not all of them. That's too much in my opinion.
What's on your mind? At last, the supplies from hands. I was beginning to
Innkeeper.
worry. We've had scarce word from Anvilmar.
Where's the Warlock trainer? No mage. Warlock is down here? No. No, I think Warlock is outside. Yeah, it's outside on the hill, I think. Anyway, I think that's enough for the first episode. Next episode we have lots of things to do, train our abilities, get all the quests here and start progressing professions like first aid and cooking. We might go to Ironforge to get some other professions. You will see. I will see you then. Goodbye.